Okay, so I ran into a little bit of a problem while trying to write the script for part 2. Mostly that there's just so much fucking subject material. I see you guys and I hear you, and I want to be as thorough as possible with this project. And it's going to be at least a week until I'm finished with part 2. But in the meantime, I thought I'd make a video to help alleviate some of the runtime of part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, you can check it out right here. I'll also leave a link in the description. But essentially, I just wanted to include a couple of storylines that are definitely worth mentioning, but are not necessarily paramount to telling the story of Jeremy Dewitte. So without further ado, here's part 1.5. So there are hours upon hours of body camera footage, cell phone videos, and audio recordings involving Jeremy online, none of which disappoint whatsoever. At one point in time, after bonding out of jail, Jeremy is in full-on damage control mode. He starts holding secret company meetings with his Metro State employees in a parking lot, to try and prevent them from sharing incriminating evidence with police. And how do we know about these secret meetings? Well, that's because one of Jeremy's employees had turned state witness. He was secretly recording all of these meetings on his cell phone and turning over the audio and video to police. The kid's actually got ice water in his veins. Look how calm he reacts to being called out and questioned on the spot about being the mole.
Papa Violent and Silver Star. Oh, then we went to Claire Kona Chloe, and that was the day that I cut you, and you went to Wallace.
The day that you said Villar's on the right,
that's the day.
And he.
That's the day. And then remember.
Hold on, pause. That day was me, you, Photo, ASAP. The second escort was just me, you, and ASAP.
You're dumb.
Damn, you shouldn't have said that.
What a dumbass. What?
Can I go get my wallet now?
You weren't supposed to know who it was.
And you said it out loud, so you're probably recording this on your phone.
Yeah, okay, recording.
Remember what I told
No, but seriously though, that day was me, you, and Jay.
2 E's on the Metro State.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know. I don't know.
3 years ago,
but
I told you they were going to give you enough rope to hang yourself.
You see that red blinking light right there?
Where?
That's
It's actually funny to me because while acting as a state's witness, the kid was probably 10 times closer to being a real cop than Jeremy ever will be. Body camera footage also emerged of Jeremy wiretapping and intimidating a witness after she had called the police on him earlier in the day for driving erratically.
Oh,
well,
yeah, okay.
I'm going down Princeton near the Science Center.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
I'm going down Princeton near the Science. Okay. First of all, what is it that you do?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but I mean, you had time to look up our website to find the phone number to call my supervisor and then talk to him on the phone. So I'm assuming you had time to look up what we do.
Well, you weren't doing it.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened so I can figure out what's going on.
I'm going down Princeton.
Okay.
At the Science Center.
Okay.
All of a sudden, a motorcycle pulls up, goes into the intersection, stops everybody.
Okay.
Nobody's going. There's no funeral procession. There's no bridal party. Nobody's doing anything. Another one pulls up, and that one goes to the next light.
Okay.
Okay. Then what I would call patrol car comes up. Sits at Mills. Nothing is happening now.
Mills in Princeton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another one pulls up behind that. There's a pickup truck.
Okay.
It was like you were on a practice run or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But the point is, and I hope you can understand this with today, what's happening today.
Sure.
I've never heard of Metro State. I've never seen anything with where you honk to get somebody out of the way.
Okay.
With a patrol car.
Right.
To me, that is very scary.
Oh, okay, so here, let me stop you. Did at any time, you didn't see any vehicle that was a funeral vehicle?
No.
Okay. So, what you're saying is my 4 units went into an intersection honking their horns, and because you've never heard of us and you don't understand what we're...
Just honking the horns, they were stopping traffic.
Right. So because if you never heard of...
I honestly almost feel bad for Jeremy until I remember he's a manipulative sociopath on the sex offender registry. But I guess that's sort of Jeremy's whole gimmick. He wants you to feel sorry for him. He wants you to believe he's the victim, despite all of his predatory behavior. He's a con man with a power complex, someone who would stoop as low as committing statutory rape and then painting himself as the victim afterwards. Which is why I have no problem with his entire life's details being plastered to every corner of the internet. People like him are extremely dangerous. Not in like a Army Ranger badass kind of way, but in like a groom your 15-year-old sister type of way. Following his arrest on September 16, 2019, 10 days later, while out on bond, Jeremy was called in for questioning by the Orange County Sheriff's Office, who I'm assuming had spent 2 or 3 days reviewing the body camera footage and then at least a week trying to contain their laughter enough to conduct the interview with a straight face. This is essentially just an hour of Jeremy self-incriminating himself, and again, living out some weird fantasy of having beef with a rival department. During this interrogation, he performs all of his greatest hits, including Sergeant, the girl who lied about her age, and I'm actually the victim despite the video evidence you have that I'm not.
Well, how you doing?
Good. Alright, I just want to go over a couple of things real quick. I'm here today with Jeremy Dewitte. My name is Corporal John Ramsey. I'm also here with, go ahead.
Sergeant Keith Vidler.
And Acting Sergeant Sean Wasco.
Okay, so just real quick, I want to swear you in real quick. So raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Corporal.
Okay. Today we're at PSD at 2500 West Colonial Drive at the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and it is 13:09 hours. Today's date is September 26th, 2019. So let me ask you real quick, because I know they had to go get you from somewhere else. I guess you were at the front or something. Did anybody talk to you or discuss anything about this on the way here, or just
No,
general
sir.
conversation, right? And nobody since you've been in the room. I'm just making sure so everybody knows that it's on tape.
The only thing that was discussed was I asked him for the video,
Okay.
and he said he didn't bring it, and
Yeah,
he's working on getting it.
There's one of my guys videotaped it from the phone with his phone, and he was going to send it. He sent it to me before, and I want to see if he still has it. And if he does, he's going to resend it.
Are you able to pull it up on your phone so we can at least see it today?
Yeah, if he can send it to me. If not,
Okay.
the computer's been dismantled at our new office, and if you give me less than 24 hours, I can put it back together and get it downloaded.
Okay. Where's your new office at?
It's at a new location, Corporal.
You don't want to share that?
Not right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I mean, just so if we have to follow up to come talk to you again, we know where to go.
You know, the thing is we've been getting follows up the last week, last 2 weeks. So I'm a little deputied out right now, with all
Okay.
due respect.
All right, that's fine. All right, so obviously we're here because of an incident that occurred. This is back on September 17th, right?
September 16th,
16th?
I believe.
I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, 16th.
16th. Okay. All right. So, if you want, go ahead and tell us what happened that day. What was your function that day? What were you all doing? And then
Okay.
just take us from start
Sure.
to up to the incident.
So as you know, we were doing it for Walden's Funeral Home. Sergeant Vidler's already made contact with them. So what how it started, we had the funeral home, or the church, I'm sorry, in Eatonville. We left Eatonville, heading towards Mills, 1792. Came up on Mills, made the right, kept the funeral in the far right lane. We stayed in the left.
Who stayed in the left?
Our guys stayed in the left.
In the left.
Left lane of
Okay.
the three.
Okay.
As we moved down, we went through Winter Park, not a problem. As we came up to Orlando Avenue and Mills, my last unit reported that there was a black Dodge Ram that was cutting into the funeral. The families were blaring their horns. We didn't make contact with him at that point. I was like, well, maybe he's going to turn at Orlando to head towards the hospital. He didn't. He continued riding with the funeral. The family was trying to speed up and go around him. Every time the cars tried to go, this is what my last unit was advising. I didn't see this myself. Every time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I swear to God, Corp, I'll take a poly. Jesus Christ. You should note that detectives already knew the answer to the majority of questions that they were asking Jeremy, due to, you know, the body camera and all. Jeremy actually tries to incriminate one of his units to get some of the heat off of himself during the interrogation, which is definitely not the lowest thing he's ever done, but is a pretty shitty thing to do. Considering that, and you're probably tired of hearing this, but body camera footage showed that Jeremy was in fact the person they were referring to. If you'll remember from part 1, he even attempted to convince his mother of this during his jail call. The employee's name was Randall Brocious, and he's actually in the video of Jeremy being arrested 10 days prior to the interrogation. Detectives most likely wanted to compare Jeremy's statement to events they had already witnessed firsthand via his body camera, in hopes that he would further incriminate himself and in turn strengthen their case. This worked like a charm, as Jeremy apparently didn't know about his right to remain silent, talking almost non-stop for almost an hour and a half without a lawyer present. Following this interrogation, Jeremy was formally charged with impersonating a police officer again, and this incarceration is what led to Jeremy's jail call with his mom, as well as police obtaining a warrant to search Motor One's office. Listen to how nervous Jeremy gets when he finds out police are raiding his office.
Hello, this is a free call from
me.
An inmate at the Orange County Corrections. To accept this call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey.
Listen, where's your phone? Because I just checked the GPS and it says it's at your office now.
They're at my office. Oh my God, they're at my office.
Yeah. I just checked your phone and it just said, yeah, your office address.
This is where police were able to obtain his computers, as well as more incriminating body camera footage that actually proved that he was lying about the incident in question. So this will wrap up part 1.5. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll be back in about a week for part 2. I don't know if I'm going to do anything in between then. I'm really focused on kind of like doing the Jennifer storyline and getting that just right. The timeline of that's a little bit iffy. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, whichever, doesn't matter. And this is Flea Willy.